The iPhone 7 Plus has been around for about 2 months, but with the likes of the LG V20, Google's Pixel and the Huawei Mate 9 now announced, should you pick one up? I'm JCVP11 for GN Tech, and let's find out. Much about the 7 Plus remains similar to its predecessor. The premium metal and cold feel is well and truly present, and its design is near identical, barring the obvious new camera, which we'll get to in a bit. What strikes you quickly is the slight shift of the antenna lines and the controversial removal of the headphone jack, but the home button sees a change as well. The Touch ID is present, but it's now a capacitive button that uses Apple's haptic engine to mimic a click when you touch it, and trust me, it does need time to get used to. But in return, the 7 Plus packs a wide color gamut Full HD display with great sunlight legibility, dual stereo speakers that sound pretty good, and the much expected IP67 certification, which protects the phone from the dust in this environment and water up to 1 meter of immersion. Despite its large 5.5-inch screen, iOS 10 seems to me a bit lackluster coming from Android. If you're looking for customization, this phone isn't the phone, but for raw power and processing, it's amazing. Applications open and close like butter, and the whole UI is very functional and simple to understand for the average person. The A10 Fusion processor with 3GB of RAM is great for multitasking, but closing applications requires you to swipe each one, which I found a little tedious. The graphics card on board handled games very well, as expected, so those shouldn't be an issue. But small things on iOS like a lack of a notification management system or the absence of the now basic T9 dialing makes it just a bit unpolished. On the 7 Plus, the much talked about feature is the dual lens camera. Flagships employ these in different ways, and Apple's take is a dual 12-megapixel sensor accompanied by a quad LED flash. In daylight, pictures come out very crisp with tremendous detail, especially with HDR turned on. Portrait mode is also a pleasure to use when you have good lighting conditions and when the subject is clearly defined, but because it's a software feature, updates will only improve it. Moving into pictures at night, they remain noise-free and had good detail. My only complaint here would be the overexposure or streaking of lights in some pictures. As far as video goes, the 28mm sensor supports optical image stabilization, which makes for quite smooth 4K resolution videos at 30 FPS. The front camera at 7 megapixels is great for selfies in the day, producing natural looking pictures, and the same can be said about pictures at night. You can also use the front facing camera to film video, and this is what the quality will look like, as well as the audio. At 2900 mAh, the battery on the 7 Plus is rather small for its size. Even so, this offers the best battery life on an iOS device, mustering up some incredible standby times. With moderate to heavy use, you can end the day with about 20% still left in the tank. There's no fast charging or wireless charging functionality, but for most days, you won't be needing to carry a charger around. At its price of 2,999 dirhams and onwards, the iPhone 7 Plus directly rivals newer flagships. Its build, responsiveness, camera, and simplicity may appeal to many, but if you're looking for something with just more customization or expandable storage, you want to consider other options. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.